So after this huge news a few days ago around a partnership between GM and Nikola, where GM would take an 11% ownership stake in Nikola in exchange, Nikola could gain access to General Motors technology. Everything looked great for investors in both stocks, especially with Nikola stock. But then reality set in. People started double guessing themselves on this. People started questioning this. Skepticism was all around this deal. And one firm, Heidenberg Research, came out swinging with a report on Nikola. They made some bold claims here comparing Nikola to Theranos and calling it an intricate fraud built on dozens of lies. And on their website, which I'll leave a link description down below if you are interested in reading the whole report, which I highly encourage, they have a headline that reads, Nikola, how to parlay an ocean of lies into a partnership with the largest auto OEM in America. Of course, the OEM they're referring to here is General Motors. Now guys, if you're a shareholder in Nikola or considering buying Nikola here, I would strongly recommend that you go check out that report and read it and understand it in detail. There's a lot of information. I couldn't cover all of it in this video. I touched upon the highlights that I found were the most important. But if you're going to put your hard-earned money into a business, you should take the time to understand reports like this, see where the short sellers are coming from, see where all the skepticism is really coming from, and see if you agree with what they say, or maybe it raises doubt in your mind and you change your mind on Nikola. But guys, regardless whether you're on Nikola's side or not, hit that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm, because it took time to go through this and actually find out bits and pieces to show you guys and present in this condensed video here. So if you appreciate that, a like would be much appreciated. So if you're Trevor Milton, who is the ex-CEO of Nikola, the founder of Nikola, you can't really be surprised here that, firms, short sellers, all these things are coming after you right now when your company is worth $20 billion and you have nothing to show for it and no sales. Heidenberg here says that they have gathered extensive evidence, including recorded phone calls, text messages, and private emails, and behind-the-scenes photographs detailing dozens of false statements by Nikola's founder, Trevor Milton. They also add that they have never seen this level of deception at a public company, especially of this size. So it's clear that $20 billion valuation drew some eyes, and as a result, you have this report out there. And one of the earliest pieces of PR releases or, announcements or whatever that Nikola had, which was their Nikola One truck, actually seemed pretty cool at the time, but there may be a lot more that Nikola was hiding about this reveal. So the firm goes over how there's a video that Nikola released on their YouTube channel called Nikola One in Motion, and they claim that this was all staged. Based on looking deeper into this, they found that the video was fake in the sense that the truck wasn't really driving itself, and what Nikola did was tow the truck to the top of a hill, and then they filmed it rolling down the hill with, gravity as the driving force, not hydrogen. Now, because they have connections to people that used to work at Nikola or still work at Nikola, they have a Google Maps image here of exactly where this filming was done, and they've calculated that this is more than enough to get a truck rolling thanks to gravity. They also brought their own testing vehicle and rolled it down the hill and managed to achieve a top speed of 56 miles per hour as it rolled down for a little over 2 miles. So that's pretty remarkable, and if you watch the video, you'll notice that Nikola actually uses very cinematic angles and it looks really cool. But what they've also done there is made that hill look flat, but based on this data it says otherwise. So I mean, it's really up for debate. Maybe that wasn't the actual filming location, and maybe there's more to this story. But I mean, right off the bat, this is one of the first things that Nikola pushed and touted and talked about. So if that was a lie, that's not looking good. Now let's move on and talk about their battery technology, or so-called battery technology. In November 2019, Nikola announced their battery prototype cell, and they called this the game-changing battery technology. The value of this new technology that Trevor estimated to be worth hundreds of billions of dollars was purchased from a company for a measly $56.5 million, meaning they didn't even have this technology in place when they kept touting it because the deal was still in the works at that time. And well, if this was really worth hundreds of billions, wouldn't the company who sold it to Nikola ask for just a little bit more than just $56.5 million? Who knows, maybe they're just really good at cutting deals here, but either way, it doesn't really matter because this so-called revolutionary, game-changing battery technology is something we'll never see. Why? Because the recent GM deal states that Nikola will be using GM's battery technology instead of their own. Oh my god. So you have technology worth hundreds of billions of dollars, it's all in-house. This is something you've been touting for a while, but now you go and sign a deal with GM and use their technology instead, which clearly isn't as superior apparently. It doesn't make sense to me. But funny enough, this technology that they touted for many, many years before signing this deal pulled in a lot of customers and attention and companies, and everyone is excited about this because they're a great marketing company. Nikola has multi-billion-dollar orders from US Express, which accounts for 1/3 of their total orders. But the problem is that this company only has $1.3 million in cash on hand as of the last quarter. So who knows how they plan to pay for these billions of dollars in trucks. So even their pre-orders are now questioned, and I don't know, guys, it's not looking very good. But you may be thinking, this is all accusations. None of this is proven. It's all out there. This is what they claim. Nikola has to confirm or deny this, and that's when we'll know for sure, I guess, if it's true or not. But I did find some information that is factual, which kind of makes Nikola still look pretty bad. Some of their big partners or early investors in the company have begun or completed cashing out their shares, including Worthinghouse, Bosch, and Value Act. So it's very likely that this new GM news, we see more of this selling occur. And if we just briefly look at the chart here for Nikola, this is exactly what's been happening so far, with a big spike on the announcement, followed by tons of selling as institutions and investors rush to get out of this stock. And they're not the only ones, guys. Even Trevor Milton himself has been cashing out here. And he's in a position now that him and the people around him are pretty much set for life, because he's cashed out on $70 million around the IPO and amended his share lockup from 1 year to 180 days. If he is fired for whatever reason, his equity awards immediately vest and he is entitled to collect $20 million over 2 years. Clearly, he is in a position of power and has profited immensely already on this business without even having to create or sell a working product. But now all of this is concerning, yes, but there was a cherry on top for those investors that say, Nikola, they have a big name company, insert their name here, backing them up, working with them, partnering with them, whatever it may be. So how could this be a fraud? How could this not be a legitimate business? Clearly, they need to do more research, because GM wouldn't partner with any random company out there, right? So Theranos, which was one of the biggest scams ever in the stock market, if you don't know about this, look it up after this video. They were able to sign deals with Walgreens and Safeway, which are two massive companies. So this should really make you reconsider your investment thesis, because if it's based on the fact alone that they have partnerships with companies like GM and other companies out there, I would feel a little bit uneasy about that. So guys, things are getting very interesting, and I wonder if the SEC is actually going to step in here in this situation and do some more investigation. If that does happen, I think we'll have some pretty volatile times, even more so in Nikola stock, and we'll probably see a lot of selling, because as soon as there's regulation risk or eyes on the business that can actually hurt the business in many, many ways, then the natural reaction is fear from investors, and a lot of selling usually occurs. But if the SEC chooses to just stay aside here because nothing really yet that proves otherwise, there could be a lot of other firms that come out and have more evidence on the fact that Nikola may be scamming people or frauding people, and at that point there may be a bigger issue at hand. But regardless, I would not feel easy holding this stock today. And guys, I've been pretty public on my view on this company. Not really a big fan, haven't invested in the company, haven't put a dime into this, and have absolutely zero plans to actually invest in Nikola. It's really unfortunate because they had potential. I mean, if what they claimed to be true was actually true, it could have been a pretty good business, and it could definitely be a business that can shape the world in a positive way, be a good competitor to Tesla, be a good competitor to, traditional gas-powered trucks and everything out there. But as every day goes by, things are looking more and more questionable here, and I don't know about you, but when I put my money into a company, I don't want to have to question every single day, is this company going to survive? Is what they're saying true? Are they lying to me? Those kind of questions should be left at the table, and if any of these answers are yes, I typically will stay far, far away from those companies. So please, 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 if you are investing in NEO stock or considering investing in NEO stock, take the time to read the full report. It will be worth your time because there's nothing worse than putting money into an investment and seeing that investment drop lower and lower and lower because you didn't do your proper due diligence when putting that money in. If, however, you read that research report, you're completely on Nikola's side, then I wish you all the best. We don't really know how things are going to work out, so this could all be, just fake claims here from this firm. But I have a feeling that things aren't looking too good for Nikola, and within the next few months or a couple of years at most, we'll probably see some more information out that will be even more concerning than this because there may be some hard evidence to back these claims up. Either way, guys, stay safe out there. Don't forget to invest positively, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.